Well, it's conference championship week once again, indoors this weekend in Birmingham, joined by head coach Ryan Heberling. Coach, not a bad weekend up in Michigan this past weekend. Some first place performances, a lot of top 4, top 3 performances as well. I talked to some of your assistant coaches. They said you guys trained through this meet and you still had some good performance.
Yeah, like we talked about last week, we really wanted everyone to come out and just put a performance out there that was going to give them confidence heading into the conference week, and I think the majority of the team did that. Those that still need to try and work on what they need to and improve, I think have had a good week so far. I know we're on Wednesday right now, but at this point there's not a whole lot we can do to try and change anything. But really, just across the board, I think the morale's high. Everyone seems excited, and we feel really encouraged by the performances we had last week.
Yeah, it's an interesting point. In track and field and cross country, when it comes to the meet, the week of the championship meets, there's really nothing you can do to improve at that point. It's fine tuning. What has the routine been this week for everybody?
I guess trying to keep a routine. There's not really anything. We're not really crushing them in the weight room. They're not going out and running blazing fast times on the track. They're not going through grueling workouts. We're not trying to change anything. We're really trying to take the load off of them and kind of see if we can experience that peak. And with coaching, you always try to make sure it doesn't happen too soon or it happens too late. But we've had a system over here over the last however many years now that we think works pretty well, and really just lightening the load up on them a lot and just making sure they feel good. But there's practices are a little bit shorter, rest is a little bit longer. I noticed the whole teams in the training room taking care of themselves. That usually doesn't happen every day, but I've really noticed, like with our older athletes, the things aren't changing too much. They're just keeping their nose to the grind, doing what they have to do. Some of the freshmen are kind of looking around of like, oh, why is everyone taking this so seriously? But, this is the one where we play for keeps, so this is the one that scored. This is the real one. So I think overall, just the routine really is just to try and not change anything too much, just really lighten the load.
I know you've come to expect a lot of points every week, and especially this week from Clarissa Cutliff in the high jump. What other areas are you expecting some good performances from some people that are really peaking at this point of the year?
Well, just kind of running off of last year and just kind of what we've seen with cross country in the season. Last year, Jada Roberson and Sydney Wilkerson both scored in the 60. Jada also scored in the 200. Sherry Lean, Gelderbloom, Rahel, Sydney and Sabrina, athletes that contribute a lot during the cross-country season. We expect them to make a big contribution in the distance events, and a DMR as well that we'll put out there. That I think they're ranked second in the conference. I would love it if they could come through and do that. In the jumping events, I'm hoping that we can have a contribution in every jump. Our multi-event athletes have been doing very well. The throwers are really starting to piece everything together. So as a whole, I'm really hoping that we can just score points in every event group. And I think the biggest thing that we're trying to work on as a program over the last couple of years is that we're not looking to 1, 2, or 3 athletes. We're looking to a team, a group, to really make a contribution everywhere. And I think we're going to notice that a lot indoors, but I really think outdoors is where we're going to see it a lot. But like we've talked about with the team, this indoor season is really the precursor to what we're trying to accomplish as a team outdoors. And there are things we need to accomplish this weekend. And it's not what 1, 2, or 3 people need to accomplish. It's what all 39 of them that are traveling need to accomplish.
Certainly see the balance throughout the team, yes. The roster and the progression of that this year. Coach, last thing, seems like we were just talking about the Clemson meet at the start of the season, and now we're almost at outdoors. What have you liked about the progression of the group as a whole this year? As you noted, it's about preparing for outdoors in the big scheme. But what have you enjoyed about the progression throughout the last month or two?
I think it's not something so much from the student athletes, but the staff. We have 3 coaches on the staff, 4, that weren't here last year, and 3 of them were actually on the team. And to watch them kind of go from the Clemson meet where they're really trying to learn and just kind of spectate to really just taking control and doing what they need to do. And you can tell that energy and that passion is getting to the student athletes, and having more voices out there, more energy, I think is really kind of just energized everyone. And it's just really exciting to see progression from the program from top to bottom, from a freshman who maybe is learning just how to put their shoes on the right way, to a senior who is trying to go out on top, to a first-year coach who's really trying to figure it out. And I think that the program as a whole, it's really nice to see the progression from everyone.
You might be surprised how many freshmen have trouble putting their shoes on the right way. Coach, best of luck in Birmingham this weekend.
Thank you.
All right, we appreciate it. All right, that's Coach Ryan Heberling. CUSAs this weekend.